Good evening, everybody. My name is Owen Mitchell. I'm a sophomore MIS student at UNC Charlotte, and this is my Disruptive app fan page. My reasoning for coming up with fan page was I have a love for watching sports and I have a love for enjoying sports with other people. Secondly, being an out-of-state student, I love coming across other fans of the same team as me. It's a very simple and easy way to connect with people. And third, I love the energy and atmosphere that fans bring to stadiums and arenas. And for a little bit of background, this past summer, I participated in an internship where I learned about the sports business industry beyond athletes signing a contract. So some problems that I came across while doing my customer discovery was that social media became a superficial place for people to form relationships. And what I mean by this is that people's relationships online weren't translating to in-person relationships due to the abstract nature of current social media platforms, as well as false characterizations people were making on those platforms. Secondly, teams don't promote their fans. If you go to your favorite sports team's Instagram or Twitter account, you'll see that most, if not all, the content is just the players. Third, fans could be way more connected. We have millions of fans across the United States, but no way to directly connect them all to form that community. And lastly, businesses are missing out on opportunities to directly promote merchandise, tickets, and extra fun. So my solution is FanPage. FanPage is a sports social media platform that enables franchises to connect deeply with their fans and form a tighter community and revel in the hype, community, and culture of their fans. FanPage is designed to generate genuine relationships among sports enthusiasts across the nation while also inviting fans to, while also inviting fans to connect with one another on a shared interest. Also, FanPage is designed to encourage small businesses as well as franchises, bars, restaurants, ticket marketplaces, as well as sports merchandisers to promote their services as well as their products on our application. And so this right here is Panther Pete. And so the way FanPage would operate is that on the homepage, it will use collaborative filtering, which is essentially an algorithm that allows people who pick the same teams to be on the homepage and see content featured from everybody that picked those same teams. On the Explore page, it doesn't use collaborative filtering. However, it'll allow you to see content from other fans who may not have picked the same teams as you when they logged in. It uses location tracking to track your location so it can advertise proper bars and restaurants to you, as well as location tracking for showing you content of people local to you and a mix of people that are not local to you. And so to look at some data, when asked on a scale of 1 to 5 how important it is for you to connect with people who share similar interests as you, 83% of responses range between a 3 and a 5, where 5 is the most desirable. We have 70% of Americans who are sports fans at some in one sport or another, and over 154 million live monthly sports viewers. So this is a very large market of people to be producing a product for. When asked, are teams that you support local to you, 66.7% of people said no. And this means that people are far from the center of their fan bases, so they should have an area for them to connect with other people who are not local to them. I remember when I spoke to the head of the computer science department about this project, he mentioned that he's a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, however, he lives here in Charlotte. And so when they were in the Super Bowl in 2019, he had a hard time finding people to connect with and watch the game with and ended up watching the game alone at home. On a scale of 1 to 5, how superficial would you say social media is? We kind of talked about this earlier. 94% of responses ranged between a 3 and a 5, where 5 was being extremely superficial. And so this is where it gets interesting. On a scale of 1 to 5, how well recognized do you feel as a fan? And this could mean being supported or feeling appreciated by your franchises. 74% of responses range between a 1 and a 3, 1 being not supported at all, hardly. However, contrary to this, 89% of respondents said that fans are the most important aspect of sports franchises. Here we see that 92% of people follow niche accounts associated with their niche interests, as well as 80% of people would say that they would participate in watching sports more live, in person, at bars and restaurants, or at home if they had someone or a group of people to watch with. When you put these two together, why wouldn't FanPage be a perfect way for people to connect and get together and go out and watch sports and be together and form that community? This feeling like you have a community to enjoy sports with make you perceive your team in a brighter light? 71% of people said yes, and if you understand the business scorecard, you would know that a better perception leads to better financial results. And so let's take the Carolina Panthers for an example. The Carolina Panthers were 2-15 last season, which was terrible. I'm sorry to say it. But using FanPage to connect their fans to one another can help build this community and help build a better perception of the team, which would invite fans to maybe pay for those higher ticket prices that were recently proposed by the Panthers, as well as pay for merchandise and go and participate in extra activities. I've been advised to stop, so we'll stop here. But if we have any more questions, I'm more than happy to answer those.
If you were successful in this, what would be the ideal outcome? What would you like to see, out in real life?
Yeah, what would I like to see? That's a great question. As of right now, what I see is very energized and enthusiastic fans. But what I also see is there's no way for these people to connect and kind of form this community, and fans are kind of left either watching the game home alone at home, or just kind of maybe going to a restaurant and not really like watching the game and kind of creating that community. So what I expect to see and what I hope to see is that people are meeting other people that they don't know in their communities and kind of coming together to watch sports. And it would make it extremely easier for people that maybe move to different cities to kind of find ways to connect with people, because that can be very hard, but connecting over sports is very easy.
So good work on the data collection. What's the most important next step you feel to make this, to progress on this?
So my very next step would be to conduct more research with Charlotte sports markets. So talking with the Carolina Panthers and the Charlotte Hornets on having a resource like this, and also establishing the rights to the domain name on GoDaddy. I looked recently and it's running at about $70 right now, so I would acquire that so that I can have at least some type of ownership of the name FanPage.
Again, great job with the presentation, very visually appealing and pleasing. I'm curious, have you taken a look at any competition out there? And if so, how would you say yours is different from that?
Yeah, so I've assessed the competition, looking at like other social media platforms and kind of like what they offer for sports fans. And so something that I see, like when I go on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, when I'm looking for like fan pages, often I find a whole bunch of accounts, and the follower counts are extremely low. So you have a bunch of fans spread out across different accounts. And even on those accounts, they're either inactive or they're once again just posting player content, which you can find simply on the official sports team's page. And so FanPage would offer that fan content, that community aspect that you can't get on these other social media platforms.
It seems like the value that you're creating is for the teams in a way. And I see that you have other customers.
Right.
And there's value creating for them as well. I can see that.
Yeah.
But any way to connect with those teams to capture profits from them?
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, teams receive money through ticket revenue as well as like merchandise sales. So by having FanPage, we're increasing the opportunities for there to be direct advertising, because currently on social media platforms, ticket marketplaces as well as sports merchandisers like Fanatics, they use algorithms to kind of find customers, whereas FanPage, everybody's here for a specific reason because they love being fans and they love participating in sports and they love their team. And so FanPage allows that direct connection to your market. And so with people buying more jerseys, more tickets, that turns over and becomes revenue and income for sports franchises. Thank you.
Thank you.